Hi everyone, Happy New Year! It's been a while since I posted anything, but I thought we would start off 2024 with a brand new mini course, so to speak, looking at functional breathing from a multi-dimensional perspective. I'm not exactly sure yet how many videos this mini course will consist of. I'm thinking somewhere in the range of 4 to 6 videos, but it will be hosted here on YouTube, and I will compile all of the videos into a special playlist, which you can access and bookmark by clicking here, and I will be sure to include the link in the video description as well. What will you learn in this mini course? We're going to cover 3 primary lenses through which we can observe the breath. We're going to use those 3 lenses to better understand how our breath is connected to and affects every other system of our body. We'll do some basic breathing theory so that you can more deeply understand the why behind your breathing. We'll practice some exercises, of course, so that you can experience firsthand the power of your own breath. And then I'm probably going to add in 1 or 2 tuning fork specific lessons geared toward the respiratory system and the autonomic nervous system, which is really what we're talking about anyway when we're talking about our breathing. I hope that sounds good. This will be video number 1 in the series, and then I plan to release 1 video per week for the next several weeks. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Tara Bianca, and I am a longtime holistic health practitioner and functional breathing coach. In today's video, we'll do a brief introduction on this topic. We'll define what these 3 primary lenses are that we are going to be considering, and we'll dive into lens number 1 in greater detail. Breathing is deceptively simple. The gross majority of people will probably never even consider how they are breathing or why they are breathing. And for that individual, the conversation will never really go beyond just taking air in and out of the nose. That's it. No need to dig any deeper. But the truth is, breathing is so much more complex than that. It is a multi-dimensional mechanism which ties into every other system of your mind and your body. And these integrated systems are bidirectional in nature, meaning that your breath affects and is affected by every other system. So how can we break down the complexity of your breathing into smaller, more manageable chunks? One way is to observe your breathing through 3 primary lenses. So this diagram that you see on your screen right now is one that I am borrowing from Rosalba Courtney, who is a prominent Australian osteopath and integrative breathing therapist. She's done a ton of research and published many papers on this topic over the years, and I just love and admire her non-dogmatic integrative approach. So the 3 primary lenses that we are going to be looking through during this mini course are 1, the biochemical dimension of breathing, 2, the biomechanical dimension of breathing, and 3, the psychophysiological dimension of breathing. For each lens, I'm going to offer you 1 technique or strategy to play with so that you can begin to feel how your breath is interconnected with these different aspects of your being. Today, we're going to look through lens number 1, which is the biochemical dimension of breathing. The biochemistry of breathing is really dealing with the balance of your blood gases, so oxygen and carbon dioxide. And really, carbon dioxide is the big player here. Some breathing coaches are also starting to consider the role of nitric oxide in this category, but let's leave that for now because it's a bit tangential. Why is this chemistry thing so important? Well, the blood gases are largely responsible for your acid-base balance. So they are responsible for and responding to any disruption in your pH levels. I know there's this general idea in holistic health that alkalinity is good and acidity is bad, but I don't think that's really the right way to be thinking about it. You know, every region of the body has its own well-defined pH range that it needs to stay within. Otherwise, cells either start to die or the body starts to dysfunction in some way. And this is true whether the pH becomes too acidic or too alkaline. In the case of your blood, the pH has to remain within a very tight window of about 7.35 to about 7.45, so just slightly alkaline. And if anything causes it to go out of this range, there are several buffering mechanisms in place that will correct it within seconds. What happens when your pH goes out of balance? The fact is your acid-base balance is being disrupted constantly during the day based on when and what you are eating, when and how you are exercising, if you're dehydrated or not, and how you are breathing. And most of the time, your body will manage these acute disruptions in pH without much of an issue. But some of us get stuck in a more chronic disruption. Examples being respiratory alkalosis or acidosis, or metabolic alkalosis or acidosis. And the long-term effects of this more chronic disruption can really have a global systemic impact on the body. They can have an impact on your aerobic capacity, on your ability to clear and or utilize lactate, the ability of your mitochondria to produce energy, so your overall energy management, the quality of your muscles, your bones, and your connective tissues. So you can even see a loss of muscle and or bone mass, the quality of your sleep, the quality of your mood and your perception of stress. So this is really going to impact your overall psychological resilience. And of course, the quality of your breathing. In fact, this is really a sign that something dysfunctional is happening with your breathing. I'm going to say that most students who come to me with a disruption in this biochemical dimension of breathing are dealing with some amount of respiratory alkalosis, which normally stems from long-term mild hyperventilation where they are regularly blowing off too much CO2. The symptoms that they typically experience from this are chronic anxiety. So this is a very nervous person who is constantly worrying and overthinking. Their perceived stress is very high. They often are experiencing some amount of chronic pain, and their pain threshold is quite low. They tend to get sick very easily, so there's a disruption to the immune system response. They often have sleep disturbances. They can have digestive problems. They can often present with chronic fatigue type symptoms. They sometimes have exercise intolerance. They can experience brain fog and a difficulty in focusing. They might feel cold a lot, and they might not have good peripheral circulation. This individual can benefit immensely by altering the way they are breathing, specifically by reducing their respiratory rate and or their tidal volume and trying to increase the amount of CO2 in their body. So the category of breathing exercises that I would recommend for addressing this biochemical dimension of breathing are reduced breathing exercises. So some of you are immediately going to think of breath holding. It could include breath holds, but it's honestly not my preferred exercise for this type of issue. So there's a difference between reduced breathing exercises and apnea training or breath hold training, and they actually serve very different purposes. Reduced breathing is a strategy of limiting your airflow in such a way that you prevent the loss of too much CO2, or if you do blow off too much, you have a method for recapturing that CO2. There are lots of ways that we can go about this. The reduced breathing exercise that we're going to practice together today is going to be a very simple single nostril breathing technique. For those of you who are familiar with the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama or alternate nostril breathing, this is going to look quite similar, but it is different and it serves a very different intention. Our intention today is going to be to limit how much air can enter the body, but much more importantly, how much CO2 is allowed to leave the body. Here we go. We're going to practice for maybe 10 minutes. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. You can choose to have your eyes closed or open. It's your choice. Once you find your seat, go ahead and imagine there's an imaginary string on the crown of your head that's gently pulling you up towards the ceiling. And simultaneously, imagine there's another string at the base of the pelvis that's grounding you down into the earth. So you have this nice, gentle elongation of the spine where you feel totally upright, totally supported, but your muscles are able to relax around that supported spine. And then with your eyes closed or open, go ahead and make gentle contact with the tongue on the roof of the mouth, trying to keep the tongue in that position the entire time that we're doing this exercise. And also make sure that the chin stays parallel with the floor. So you're not extending your chin up to the ceiling and you're also not dropping your head down. Try to keep it perfectly parallel with the surface beneath you. And then I want you to take a moment and I want you to notice which nostril is more blocked. Pretty much at any moment during the day, one nostril will feel a little bit more congested than the other. So go ahead and take a moment, block one nostril and take a breath in through the other. And then switch. Okay, so for me, my right nostril is noticeably more congested right now. So I want you to go ahead and you're gonna start by blocking the more blocked nostril. So for me, that would be my right nostril. I don't care what finger you use. You don't need to apply a ton of pressure. Just block the nostril so that no air can go in or out. And while your arm is up here, make sure you don't drop your head, right? So you gotta lift your elbow a little bit. It's a little bit of work on the shoulder, but we're gonna get through it. So go ahead and block that blocked nostril. We're going to take about 2 minutes to breathe in and out through the other nostril. And just to keep us all together, we're going to do a 4-4 cadence. So breathing in for 4 seconds and breathing out for 4 seconds for about 2 minutes. We'll release. We'll breathe through both nostrils for about 1 minute. We'll block the other nostril, breathe in and out for about 2 minutes. Release that nostril, breathe in and out through both nostrils, and then we'll repeat the cycle again. I'll talk you through it the whole time. So here we go. Block the more blocked nostril, eyes open or closed, tongue making contact with the roof of the mouth. And here we go. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, last time, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Release that nostril, breathing through both nostrils. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 3, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Block the other nostril, chin parallel with the floor, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, release that nostril, breathing in through both nostrils. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Block the first nostril again. We'll do another cycle. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, in through both nostrils. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Block the other nostril, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 4, and in. And out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 4, and out. 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 3, 4, and in. 4, and out. 3, 4, and in. 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, in through both nostrils. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, last time, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Good. And just pause for a moment. Maybe you'd like to keep your eyes closed and just take a moment here now. Tongue making contact with the roof of your mouth. Go ahead and take a nice, slow, truly deep breath in through both nostrils, letting that breath travel all the way down into the lowest lobes of the lungs. And allowing that breath to very slowly, very gently, totally quietly leave your nose. No rush. Make it the longest exhale of the day. And just notice what you're feeling. Where's your mind at right now? Has there been any shift in your physiological state or in your emotional state since beginning this practice just 10 minutes ago? Good. If you enjoyed this technique, you can certainly practice it every day. And if you're struggling with any of those symptoms that we were discussing earlier, I would highly recommend practicing a technique like this every day. If you want to learn more, make sure that you bookmark this playlist and make sure you come back and join me next week for video number 2. You can also feel free to check out my free video training on my website, which is an introduction to my 4-week breath bootcamp. I'll be sure to leave that link in the description as well. Make sure you leave all your comments and questions below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.